And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64. Last time we finished up Tick-Tock Clock. And this time we're continuing in Rainbow Ride. Last time we started to get the 100 coins. Didn't quite make it though, because this is like the most time consuming, I'd say. Maybe not the hardest, but the most time consuming at the very least. And off screen I got the red coins for the second time in order to speed up, you know, the process of getting the coins, considering that this is going to take a while as is. Ground pound this guy. Make sure you ground pound this guy. You'll see why. If you can actually get him at all. Because the coins will actually go flying everywhere, so you actually want to ground pound him. To make sure that you actually manage to get the coins. Otherwise, you actually bounce off of those guys, and that takes a lot of time to come back down to Earth. So yeah, you want to ground pound them. That went surprisingly okay. Truth be told, this is actually the third time I've attempted to record this, because a lot of other times I kept dying. If you're wondering why, actually the first time I didn't die, it just was taking like 10 minutes, and that was mostly just because I kept falling off. The one time oh yeah, by the way, I made a restore point. I make restore points between videos if I have to restart the video for whatever reason, like audio issues, video issues, etc. But yeah, I just restarted from restore point at the beginning of the last video, so if you're wondering why my life counter is the same even though I said I died, that's why. Now we're getting into something that makes me not like this level very much. I like this level, except for this one part. The magic carpets. It's just a lot of waiting around, with very little else to do in the meantime. Except this part, because this is actually necessary. I think that's enough coins, I hope. If that carpet had despawned right as I was ground pounding, that would have sucked. Okay. We're alive! We lived somehow! Now, I missed 2 coins back there, but I think I should be okay. Another frustrating part about this 100 coins is the sheer fact that you are on a moving object. Oh, I thought I actually killed myself because of the camera transition. Shoot. Get on it. Okay, we're good. This part is stressful. That one section is very stressful. You have to grab the star on a moving object, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. If this were a GameCube game, I would actually recommend keeping the memory card out for this section. Like, I'm not even kidding, so the game wouldn't ask you to save. Like, legit, I would do that. If I was on a GameCube, that's what I'd do. You want to also grab this at the tip of the magic carpet if this is how you're doing the 100 coins, because quite honestly, it's going to start moving backwards. So yeah, you want to make sure you're in a good position to grab that. Oh man, how am I supposed to do this again? Jump off, then jump back on? Yeah, because that fireplace is really defective, they really need to get that checked out. So yeah, it's very dangerous. In the DS version, you actually don't use a magic carpet, you use a power flower, as it's called, which actually replaces the magic hats. I also forgot to mention that. Each character, because the caps are split between 3 different characters, you have an item called the power flower that gives you basically attributes of the 3 caps for each character, as I've gone into previously. Mario, however, in addition, wait, what was it? Crisscrossing the Rainbow. In addition to, what was I saying? In addition to the normal, wing cap, you actually get a different ability as well. That ability is the P-Balloon from Super Mario World. The P-Balloon basically blows up Mario and allows him to float upwards. So yeah, I'm not really sure why they actually did that, but yeah, I think you actually need the P-Balloon rather than just riding another magic carpet, so it's a little bit different. Super Mario 64 DS is a case of a game where I feel like it did a lot of things differently, but none better. If that makes any sense. Like, it changed a ton of stuff, but I feel like none of the changes actually make a lasting impact on the game as a whole. I don't know how I survived that, actually. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to not die. Grabbing onto a spinning object is not the easiest thing in the world with this hit detection. That's one thing I hope is fixed in Odyssey, good ledge detection. Speaking of which, E3 is like next week. Dang. This is the first year that E3 is open to the public. I don't know, either in a very long time or ever, I can't remember. I'm not going, because I can't even step foot in LA without wanting to die. That sounds hyperbolic, but it's actually true. Not even kidding. Your family, like, I grew up in California. Moved to Washington because the air quality was getting so terrible that I basically couldn't breathe. My mom couldn't breathe, so we moved. That flame is useless, it almost never hits you. I don't think I've ever seen it hit anybody. Stupid thing about this level that I don't appreciate, you actually have to do this loop twice. You actually have to do this loop twice because there are 2 stars on top of the ship. Which I'm not really a fan of. Also, there is a way to actually do this without using the carpet by using using those pulls and triple jumps to make your way up to the top of the ship. I have never been able to pull it off. I've tried it, never been able to succeed. Okay, I lived. So we got 2 stars. We're gonna get the first one now. Shoot! I can't even see. I'll meet you back on top of the ship. I don't want to put you through sitting through that all over again, to be blunt. If I had $1 for every time I attempted this, I would have $4 because it took 4 attempts, one of which I actually died. So yeah, remember how I was like, I'm not really crazy about the magic carpets. Yeah, it kind of goes beyond that a little bit. I actually really don't like this level now. And I feel like this is me every time I play this level. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? Why don't I like this level? It's actually pretty okay. Then I get to the magic carpet stars, which I always save for last, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember why I don't like this level now. To me, the problem with this is not just the magic carpets are slow, but the fact that if you die, you have to sit through this whole thing over again. It's like, people complain about games for long loading times. This is essentially a long loading time where you're occasionally pushing a button, because you basically having to sit through this every time you die, and it kinda sucks. I do really like this game, if that hasn't been made clear, because I've actually been nitpicking a lot about the game. And it felt bad because I do just really like this game. But parts of it just don't age well at all. Like, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, because this level is like really frustrating now that I'm actually remembering more about it. I'm half tempted to try to do the pole method and jump onto that swirly platform and then jump over to the blue blocks. But I'll probably die just as many times doing that, so I'm gonna play this legit. But yeah, lots of near deaths, falling all the way back to the beginning. Lots of at least one actual death where I just fell because of like sliding off of the carpet. Well, after jumping over one of those things. So yeah, not a fan. Not really a fan. Okay, we're good. I had to stop and concentrate for a moment there. Okay, there. See, first try. Go carefully across this time. I don't know how people do 120-star runs when it comes to this level. Okay, so we got the cannon activated, right? So you kind of want to aim for the rings. That's kind of your indicator for how far you should shoot. Problem, you got one of these bully guys here, so you gotta actually hope RNG smiles on you and actually positions him well. But that is the last star. There's only one more star left, and it's a secret star. So let's actually go check that out really quickly. This is the top of the castle. Normally, if you try to come up here without 70 stars, this will be an endless staircase. Normally it would be, but you can also backwards long jump or BLJ. This is basically it. Wow, I actually got it first try, though I lost it. This one's actually easier to do because it's a longer staircase. But basically yeah, look how much momentum I had. Like, I was sliding around because I had so much momentum, I couldn't control myself. I was trying to move away from the wall and it was just shooting me all over the place, pinballing me because I had so much momentum. But anyway, what I was saying was, that's a way to beat the game without 70 stars, is using the backwards long jump, because it gives you so much momentum. It basically bypasses whatever loading triggers, causing the staircase to loop infinitely. So just wanted to make note of that. But again, if you aim over here with your BLJ, you can actually go through this wall and into Wet Dry World. So that's actually a run killer. So most times when you see people doing backwards long jumps on this staircase, it's always on the right side or in the center. You kind of drift when doing this, so most people just kind of aim for the right. I'm not getting it at all. This is why my runs don't end well. But anyway, next time we finish the game. So, thank you for watching. I hope you join me next time for more Super Mario 64.